are so pretty, 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 pretty. Baby girl, you are so pretty, 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 pretty.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Taniqua, and I'm back with another video. And today we will be doing a story time. I will be talking about the time that I was pregnant with twins. If you are new here, do not forget to hit that subscribe button. If you are returning to this video and you haven't hit the subscribe button, you need to hit the subscribe button. And make sure you turn on your post notifications so you can get every time I upload a video. Let's get into this video now. So this happened 2022, and I did end up miscarrying. I carried them to 10 weeks, and what happened was they stopped growing at 7 weeks. So I'm going to insert a clip right here of me going to the doctor.
This is going to be sac A, this is going to be sac B. They look good. They look like healthy sacs. She got a beautiful reaction here. Little boy, little girl, or both. Nah, probably not.
Tell you that's my boy, my girl right there.
Well, they're in the same sac, so could be identical. Who knows? That's interesting too.
I had a dream that I was pregnant with 2 babies before I even went into the doctor. I had a dream. I walked inside of a room holding a baby, and then when I looked on the bed, there was another baby, and I remember just looking like, whose baby is that? And then I woke up from the dream. Now this was before I even took a test. So when I took a test, I took the test probably 9 days before my period. Now we were planning, so each month I was taking different tests, trying to see. Now March 2022 was my first positive test, and I actually took 2, one that said pregnant and another one. The line came back dark so fast for me to have more days until my period came. So I'm like, something not right. Like, something's right, but not really. Now, I went to the doctor, and then once they said it, I wasn't even surprised at that point because I already saw it in dreams. So when she's telling me about what she sees on the screen, I'm just so calm because I've seen it already in dreams. Because most time when I have dreams about something, it definitely comes to me. The pain I was feeling was crazy. Like, I was putting like the water balloon to my stomach with hot water. Like, I was trying everything to calm the cramping before I even knew anything. So I kept trying different methods because the cramps were so bad, and that's when I knew I'm pregnant. So time is passing. We're going to the doctor each week now, because when I first went, they only saw 1 sac inside, and we went back the very next week, no growth. Then the week after that, which was the 3rd week, that's when there was a whole lot of movement. My uterus probably doubled in size, and when she was like moving the probe around inside of me, that's when it just flickered on the screen showing 2. So I had crazy cravings. Like, the cravings were real, the attitude was real, the crying was real. Like, everything had me sad. Somebody said thank you, it made me want to cry. So my hormones was up there. the tests that they were doing on me were up there. So I carried them to 10 weeks, but they stopped growing at 7 weeks. And with that, I feel like I started developing a smell that only I could smell. Like, I felt like it was part spiritual, the smell that I was smelling, and it was like, it was giving like something had died inside of me. And every time I try to explain it, I'm like, let me just shut up and not say nothing at all, because I don't know how somebody's going to look at me, especially when I was talking to my boyfriend at the time. I want to speak and tell him what's going on, but I'm like, he's probably not going to hear or understand what I'm saying. He just had faith, and he would say, next appointment, we'll just see. Now, when I noticed that there was no growth, I knew right away that I don't think they're going to make it. And that was some reality. Like, that was a reality check. And I guess after that, each day I grew more and more pessimistic about the situation, because I'm like, I already know what it is. I had booked a flight to spend one day basically with my family out in Atlanta, because they went to a barbecue of a family friend. So I was there, and my mom had told people that I was pregnant and said it was twins. Now, she was a proud grandma, so she's telling everybody what's going on. While on the inside, I know that things are not going right. There was different days I had spotting. Now, I had spotting throughout different, like, my first 2 pregnancies. So it wasn't nothing new to me. But the pain that I was feeling, that was brand new. So when I had got off the plane, I just felt like major fluid in my underwear. I went to the I went to the bathroom at the airport, and I saw blood. So I ended up having a pad in my bag. I put it on. I get to my family, and everybody's like so excited for me, but on the inside, I'm like, I think I'm miscarrying. Like, throughout the whole time being there, because I could have stayed longer than just the one day, but I ended up going there, and then a second day I left. It was too much on my brain during the time, because I was really thinking about it. I was wanting to tell my sister that I think I should just go to the hospital, and she's like, no, just enjoy your vacation. And I'm like, how do I say I think I'm miscarrying at this moment? Everybody's at the barbecue. They're excited. They're congratulating me. Then I was telling them that I'm feeling a little dizzy. So somebody there ended up making tea for me, and the tea helped. I sat down, and that's when I felt like the doom feel. Like, cramps got so bad and intense. Like, I really was sitting there fighting the pain and just pretending to be okay. So I fly back to New York. The pain is excruciating. Now I went, I got in the car, I got in my boyfriend's car, and we went home. When I say it was so much blood, it was, yo, I could not believe how much blood was coming out of me. Then we used the chucks and whatnot and put it on the bed, because at this point a pad could not handle what was coming out of me. All right, so my camera just died. I just had to switch the battery. Okay, so where was I? So the very next day, like, I went to sleep. The next day I went to the doctor, because I'm telling him, like, something is not right. We went to the doctor, and I told them what was happening. they told me, so I think you're miscarrying. And it was just what I assumed. And the doctor was trying to tell me, like, you're gonna be okay. It was like a whole talk, you know. I ended up having 2 of those. The second one came thereafter. So the pain literally was excruciating. Now, when I told them about the blood, they said they gave me 2 options where I can take medication to remove everything that's inside of me, or I can let it pass naturally. Now, if it passed naturally and not everything came out, there was procedures for that, D&C and all that. I get home and I'm in labor. I am legit in labor. Now, like I said about the chucks we have, I'm bleeding and I'm feeling contractions coming. So it's like every few seconds a contraction was coming in. And the paddings that I was on, it was soaking so quick. And my boyfriend, he was swapping them out, and it just kept going for the longest. And next thing I know, I ended up passing tissue. And when I say, I'm pretty sure that my cervix opened and released them, and it was literally labor. I was in labor. I was in the house in labor. And I started telling my family, and they're like, why didn't you go to the hospital? And I'm just like, it was so personal that I just wanted us 2 there. Like, I didn't want no one else in the room. I wanted to experience that without all the lights and the people and the possible injections, and I didn't want any of that. Now, I can't remember how long it took for the bleeding to stop. It could have been probably like a period length of bleeding. And I went back to the doctor. They checked me. My cervix was open. My cervix opened the last visit. So now this visit, I saw the doctor. He said my cervix was closed. Everything had dispelled outside of me. And he was telling me about how to grieve. He was telling me how most people take it and saying he's sorry, you know. And I'm just looking at him and I'm just like looking at this guy like, I'm all right, you know, I'm okay. Like, it happened, but I'm okay. No, I was not okay. So I saw my boyfriend's family, and they were the first people we saw after establishing that everything was out of me. And I had got a hug, and the hug just made me feel really weak. But then once I got to sit down, oh my gosh, I started crying. When I say the experience changes you to where you think you're gonna become a mom, and then finding out there's 2. There's 2, but they're not here to stay. Like, they're not progressing anymore. And the smell that I was smelling was just, it was letting me know that you're not keeping them. So their birthday, that just made me emotional. Their birthday would have been, well, my due date was November 11th. And that year we released balloons. I gotta show you guys a clip.
Upon our little child, in my simplicity, so for us, so for me, you come to me. Amen. God bless our 2 little ones, baby A and baby B. there with him. So, amen.
Huh? We took our time right in our loneliness.
Release these in love, right? Amen.
There's a lot down here.
You guys stay together. Weird.
You see two of them together
Yeah.
right there? Those two right there together?
Yeah.
They are.
They all together dancing like this.
Yeah, but there's two
Yeah,
together,
right there at the
stuck
bottom.
together. Yes.
You're making a triangle. Oh, it's so tiny. They're all leaving
The two are still by itself over there to the left. You see them? They're still over there.
People probably gonna
I'm
be
tripping, or it look like somebody, like a star,
Mm-hmm.
like Patrick Star looking.
The rest
But
went
the
up
two
though.
stay
The two-
together.
Yeah, the two
Yeah,
still
they-
together, and
and
the rest of them.
And they by themselves right there. You see them?
Yeah.
They all look like stars, don't they?
I don't even see the others, and I just see just the two.
I see all those.
Yeah.
And
My
this
eyes not good. Oh boy.
Now
man.
it's starting to be so hard to see them now. I can't see it. I can't see
I
them.
can
moving.
still see them, the two still together.
Yeah.
Where are they?
Never came apart. That's good.
Where?
Together forever they are.
That's right.
See, I got the extra two.
No, they definitely disappeared.
They definitely still together. I can still see the two. Wow.
They're going to the part where they almost pop. They almost pop. Imagine they popped in our yard.
Well,
Imagine they popped and they fell back in our yard.
I can't see it no more.
No.
Me either.
Okey-dokey.
Release. Oh my gosh. We released balloons, and I saved the remains. I think it was like, I saw placenta. It was like a small one, and we got to bury them, and we planted a tree over them in New York. Oh my gosh. Yes, so I think that helped with coping, because I'm still dealing with the pain, you know, till this day, as you can see. I end up making like, what is it, like a poster board? Or is it a time capsule? Probably a time capsule. I put a few pictures of me pregnant, sonogram pictures, and I put 2 baby onesies on it. Oh God, I'm getting emotional. And that, when I did that, I started feeling like I'm gonna be okay. And not until I made that, you know, to really celebrate, like we did the balloon releasing, and we wrote on each balloon individually what we felt, and we let the kids write on the balloons as well. And I'm thinking maybe every year, well, would have been a birthday that we celebrate, because their souls came to us, and I think they should be celebrated. And I plan on doing so each year, November 11th. It's crazy to think I would have had Scorpio kids. So for anyone who had a miscarriage or is having one, don't blame yourself, because that's what I started doing. And then I started blaming other people who were around me. I started dissecting every moment from the beginning of me finding out I was pregnant until the end. Like different songs started playing, and it used to hurt me thinking about it. So my advice is to love on people who are around you instead of sending out hate, because I end up doing that, and it wasn't really pleasant. Like, I was in pain, and instead of letting people know I'm in pain, you know, I just let people know that I'm angry. Not healthy. You do not get over it. You don't. I end up having another kid after, and with doing so, it's like a constant reminder that I was pregnant. Now with each visit to the gyno, now you have to speak on how many pregnancies you had. So now it's like a mark left with me that each time I have to mention them. So I have to mention my live babies and my angel babies every time. And I remember the first time I had to mention it, it was just like, wow, here we go. But I think you should have like a lot of pads and a lot of protection for your bed, because honey, when I say the bleeding is much, okay, a pad really won't do much. Probably a diaper. You should probably go with a diaper. I think a diaper might hold all the blood. Now afterwards, now they say once everything is dispelled out of your body, you can try again for another pregnancy. And everything came out. I had a period, and then bam, I was pregnant again. And it was so unreal, because I'm like, I don't believe you, but okay. But I'll tell that in my next story once I talk about my rainbow baby. I think I covered it. I think I covered the feel, you know. Oh, let me not forget this part. Because I was 10 weeks, everything started really growing. My stomach still grew even though they stopped growing. And I felt the placenta detach. Like, I felt it detach, and that's what caused all the bleeding. It had messed my blood count up, like how much blood I lost. My blood count was low for almost my entire pregnancy after. Like, my body had the hardest time trying to gain its blood count back. I was doing vitamin C with iron liquid. You have to take the vitamin C with the iron in order to help it move along, because the iron alone not gonna do much. What else? I think I talked about the important, just make sure you celebrate the life that would have been there. So that's all, and I will see you guys in my next video. My apologies for getting a little sentimental, you know, that shouldn't have happened, but it did. And I'll see y'all in my next video.